how can I leverage LinkedIn to promote my podcast? Stay with me on this one. I'm gonna give you some solid tips. And before I dive in, I'm here to give you valuable information. So feel free to like, share with your friend, and even, DM me. I'll be happy to give you solid extra tip. So let's dive in. When it comes up to using LinkedIn for your podcast, there are a lot of areas where you might miss that I'm gonna ring a bell to. The first thing is creating juicy clips out of certain parts, especially if you have your podcast on a video. That's even better. You can't imagine to what point videos are really growing on this platform. So that's one. Two, once you use that, make sure that you have a link where you drag people. For example, give a title and tell people that, hey, I have a community where, for example, the video is about marketers and how they get together, how they kind of help each other. So you can add a link saying hey, this is a community where we all, get together, talk about this, share tools with each other. If you're in this market, please feel free to join, right? So that's one. So it's you're leveraging it to add it to the community, and at the same time you're using the video as a way to promote, showcase your services, or even showcase certain problems that your ideal client or your ideal audience are facing, and you're providing solutions to, right? So that's one. I've been saying that's one for so long. I don't know if that's one or two, but yeah. The second thing is make sure to leverage each episode toward converting it into a blog or a newsletter. A newsletter that can be weekly, bi-weekly, depends upon the frequency of your podcast. But what I want you to understand is use it in terms of sharing each topic and what were the solutions that you guys talked about, the problems, links where it's helpful for people to learn more about something. Driving people to the full episode. So it's giving them a juicy idea about it, and then it's easy. And I feel LinkedIn newsletter is way better than mailing list. Of course, mailing lists have also a different way of conversion and operating and blah blah blah. But what I'm focusing on is LinkedIn platform, because mainly every time you're posting a newsletter, it will automatically notify all of your connections. So if you're automatically connecting with people on a daily basis, you have a great chance to add even more people and introduce the podcast to them, right? So this is two. Three, when it comes up to putting the content and connecting with people, a lot of big guests that you may hustle to get them on are not really active on the platform. So what I want you to do is actually figure out what is the best platform for them to use, and at least get them to be aware that they need to be at least active during the days where you're posting there, so they can engage with it and help you with increase the engagement in terms of that. So I think that's what I have on top of my mind when it comes up to these things. Of course, there are plenty of things that you can do on LinkedIn, and I can talk on and on and on about them, but I'm trying to keep my videos short, so stay with me until the next video. Bye bye.